People always talk about how great university is, and then you get to university and you struggle and you think there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you, my darling. We all struggle in this university journey. So as I'm struggling, I thought I should make someone else feel better and talk about my struggles. So I've invited some few friends to answer some questions. So I hope you enjoy. Love you, boogies. Hi, I'm Yasha Isan. I'm currently studying civil engineering.
Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer Morris and I'm currently studying a BA in Social Sciences with the major of Psychology and English Literature.
Hi, I'm Nicole and I am a fourth year education student who's studying to become a high school teacher to your future kids.
Hi guys, I'm Lara. I'm a third year student at Northwest University and I'm gonna tell you all the dates about uni.
Hi guys, my name is Julia and I am studying Bachelor's of Education in Intermediate Phase at Rosebank College. I am doing my final year.
Hi guys, my name is Portia and I'm currently in culinary school. The program that I'm doing is called Professional Culinary Pastry and Management. So yeah, let's answer some of these questions that Nyasha sent us.
Hi guys, my name is Thandekile Spanda and I am studying a Bachelor of Social Science in majoring in Politics and Economics at the University of Cape Town.
My mama is gonna hit me after this. My lowest mark is 25% in applied maths. First year, first semester. I struggled with that module. Still struggling.
This is so embarrassing. The lowest mark I've ever gotten was a 27% and this was in macroeconomics 2 in second year. Yeah.
The lowest mark that I got was 19 over 60 and I just told my parents that I didn't write well and then they asked, I was like, I panicked then. I forgot all the answers.
The lowest mark that I've ever gotten was probably philosophy. My first year, my first ever test, it was like 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, cried. After that, I pulled up my socks, went to the library and studied.
I can't exactly remember the lowest mark I've gotten for a module, but I remember the lowest mark I've gotten for a test. But I can't exactly remember the exact percentage, but it was 30-something%. It's not my proudest moment, okay? I studied. I promise I studied. But it was 30-something% for economics test. Yeah. We listen and we don't judge.
What is the lowest mark I ever received in a module? The lowest mark I probably got was like 37% and that was for my psych module. I was in first year, I had a lot to learn and the adjusting was just hectic. It was a lot.
This module for me was numeracy simply because I hate maths. I hate anything to do with numbers and I already had a negative attitude towards the module, hence leading to me failing, right? I got 55% and the benchmark was 60%, so I had to do a reassessment for me to pass the whole module.
No third to chemistry. I did chemistry at A-level and I thought it was gonna be a walk in the park. It was not a walk in the park. I don't know if I forgot everything or my mind was just numb, but yeah, it was not a walk in the park.
What module do you think was easy but humbled you quickly? Definitely English literature. I love it down. I love expressing my views and English literature gives me the space to do that. However, my tutors and lecturers brought me quickly up to speed that I often ramble a lot, and although I have great ideas, I'm everywhere on that piece of paper. I'm here, then I'm there, then I'm there, then I'm there. I'm not cohesive, so I'm trying to work on that to be cohesive.
Okay, this is also another economics module called Natural Resource Economics. I took this last semester. At first glance, when you read the overview of the course, it seems very simple and straight to the point because they're just learning about natural resources. But the way they ask those questions, oh my god, I was humbled. Yeah.
Honestly, economics, because I had economics on school and I thought, hey, going into university, it's going to be the exact same content. I'm gonna eat that module up. Girl, that module showed me flames for real. So it was definitely economics that humbled me. Okay. it was tough times. It's still tough times right now. But I'm pushing through. And I'm making it work. Okay?
What module did you think was easy but humbled you quickly? Oh boy, psychology. It ate me up.
How do I explain I failed? I think I have a pretty chill mom. My mom's the best. She's amazing. I can tell her anything about school. And my parents encourage me, from the bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up, baby boo.
So fortunately for me, I've never dealt with family pressure or stress regarding my academics because I've always been the type of student to do my homework, to do my assignments, to study. I've always just been dedicated, so then when I went to uni, it was the same concept, even though sometimes I just do the stuff to get done and not to the best of my ability, but nevertheless I get the stuff done. So the pressure comes from me and not from my family. And also when I fail, I've only failed that economics test in my whole entire life. I've only failed that test. I told my mom when I passed my third year, because I failed it in my third year. I told her in my third year at the end of the year when I showed her my actual results where I passed the year. So it didn't matter. What could she do? Nothing. I passed the year. I made it to fourth year. So I told her at the end of the year, I failed the test in the first term, in the first semester. She never knew, but I made it through. And I passed the year. Yes.
How do you deal with the pressure from family and how do you explain you failed? I don't think there's any pressure at home, really, because my mom is literally like my best friend. I can call her and talk to her about anything, with that close. Even if I failed, I can tell her confidently I failed and she'll tell me, girl, pull up your socks, time is running out. That's all about it.
So, I don't know if this is going to help, but I'm one of those people who knows how to compartmentalize, that's the word, everything, including my emotions. So if my family says something, I just take that and I put it in a certain compartment in my head, and I never think about it again. I take everything with a grain of salt, and it's so easy for me to overlook everything else when I'm focusing on something else, essentially. My brain is one track minded, so if I'm doing one thing, like studying, everything else kind of just falls away, including people, what they say, emotions. How do I explain that I failed? Okay, so for me, after I entered university and I saw how steep it was in terms of marks, I just stopped telling my parents my exact marks for my modules. Instead, I just started telling them if I take 4 modules in one semester, I tell them I passed all 4, and then if I fail one, I just tell them I passed 3 and I failed one module which I have to retake. I don't really go into depth, and I feel like they've accepted that as well because they see the stress that I have when it comes to failing or doing bad in my modules because of the type of person that I am. I've always been an overachiever and an A student, so.
You deal with pressure from family, and how do you explain you failed? I am fortunate enough that my mom is very supportive of everything I go through. So when I remember when I had to break the news to her that I didn't pass the module and I'm gonna have to do it again next year, she was so freaking supportive. And I truly believe that in university you need a strong support system, whether that may be your family or like your friends. You need a strong support system. And fortunate for me, my pressure didn't necessarily come from my mom or from like my family. It came from myself, because I keep myself to a high expectation and I often expect myself to meet that expectation.
Projects are an absolute no. I hate group projects. I do not like them at all. Either I end up doing all the work, or one overachiever does not allow me to do any of the work. So I don't like group projects. I prefer to work alone, hence studying engineering.
When it comes to group work, pair work, yeah, I didn't really have any problems with my partner, simply because we both worked at the same pace. So, which is very crucial when you're picking a partner. Pick someone who works at the same pace as you, someone who thinks similar to how you think. I think that's the only hack that you need, that I'm going to give you. But it's also quite important for you to pick someone who's a little bit faster than you. That way you can also learn how to work a bit faster.
Group projects, yay or nay? For me, they are yay because I always do them with my friends, and my friends, they're like me, they don't play. If the due date is next week, trust, this Friday we're gonna be done. So
Okay, group projects, yay or nay? Definitely nay, because I hate working under pressure. And when I say under pressure, I mean under people's pressure. I like to work at my own pace, and that might be quick or slow depending on what I'm working on exactly. And I feel like working with other people just puts unnecessary stress or unnecessary pressure on you as an individual. Also, like, I don't want to be the reason why the group is failing, because sometimes I do fall short, and that will obviously reflect in the group project. And also, if I don't fall short and I'm doing exceptionally well and other people aren't, I don't want to be put in a position where I'm mad, because I do understand objectively that university is hard and people have other things that they're doing. But once I've done something, I just feel like everyone else should be done. So I don't want to be put in a situation like that where I become a hypocrite, because that is essentially what is going to happen. But yeah.
Projects, yay or nay? Nay. Because I've heard too many horror stories. I don't know if this semester I'm going to be dealing with group projects, but no thank you. No thank you, ma'am. No thank you.
Don't hand in work 5 minutes before. I have a few times, but my goal is whenever I receive something, I do it then and there, or else I'll procrastinate, and then I'll be overworked and stressed, and I won't actually end up doing it. So barely never, but I'm sure there are tons of people that hand in their assignment at 23:59.
You see my back? Pat it right now, like pat me on the back right now, because I've never ever submitted an assignment 5 minutes before the time. Me, I always submitted like before the time, or if I'm really stressed out and I have a lot of stuff to do and that assignment just didn't have my time, or I couldn't give it my full attention, I'll submit it the morning of the due date, but at 11 o'clock the morning, not 23:58, not 23:58, the morning 11 o'clock. So I'm proud of myself. Pat me on my back right now.
yeah. How often do you submit work? 5 minutes before it's due? No, I submitted like 10 hours before it's due, so if there are any changes, I can make any changes.
How often do you submit work 5 minutes before it's due? Like, it's not 5 minutes, but it's like 30 minutes before the time, or like 10 minutes before the time. I would not suggest doing that, but for me, that tells myself I work well under pressure. I do most of the time, but We listen, we don't judge.
My go-to broke meal, pap and amasi. But another good one is noodles. I think that's a lot of people do that, but for me it's pap and amasi. I love pap.
What's your broke meal? I live at home. I don't have a broke meal. I eat nice, guys. I eat nice. I don't have to worry about food poisoning. I don't have to worry about grocery shopping. But like, if it's tight, it's end of the month, I go with noodles or eggs. Yeah, I love a good sunny side up egg, or scrambled eggs. Even scrambled eggs with tomato sauce and like fresh bread. That's like liquor.
My go-to broke meal would be noodles. I love noodles. I eat noodles with bread. I put mayo in my noodles. I put baked beans in my noodles. I put tinned fish in my noodles. I love noodles, and I feel like they're very essential when you're doing your groceries because they come in handy at the end of the month. But yeah, that was
my go-to broke meal. Do I have a broke meal? I'd say spaghetti and mint. That's like, yeah, if I don't have anything and I don't have money, I have mint and spaghetti in my fridge always.
If I could give someone advice, is that you will fail at some point in university, but don't let failure bring you down. Continue to work hard. You got this. University is hard for everyone and anyone. And anyone who tells you university is easy did not go to university, or they cheated. So university is hard. So be easy on yourself. You can't have university being hard on you and you being hard on yourself. No, my darling.
If you could give advice about uni, what would it be? Definitely ground yourself and be patient with yourself, because the one thing that I've seen, like from friends, even with myself, is that university is tough. It is a new experience, and it's not a level of your intelligence, it's a test on how well you take instructions. And I remember a very crucial part in my academic career. I cried in front of my tutor because I was like, I don't know what am I doing wrong. I studied, I went over everything, and I'm still getting a bad mark. And she was like, Jennifer, take a breath. University has various amounts of people and different types of people, and this is just all based on how well you take instructions, and it is a new learning curve, and you need to be gentle with yourself. So if I had advice for anybody out there, please be kinder to yourself, be patient with yourself, and extend the same grace that you would give to other people to yourself as well. Yeah, I have a strong support system, and put your mental health first. Put your mental health first. If you feel like you need to cry over that test, cry over that test, because uni is a playing field that I did not know existed. But yeah, I hope this helped.
And the advice that I have for you guys is that remember, this is your last semester, so please make it count. Thank you.
If I could give someone advice, I would say take everything with a grain of salt. That includes advice from your friends, from your parents, and also university isn't only about studying. This is the time to make connections and friendships that will last you until you die. So just get the whole university experience. Go out, make some new friends, make some connections, build a community around yourself so that after university you're not starting from scratch essentially. But yeah, all the best, guys. To anyone who's watching, I hope this helped.
Give someone advice about uni, what would it be? Stay in your lane, and your journey, it's not like other people's journey. If it's taking slower, it's also okay, it's your journey. If it's faster, it's okay, it's your journey. Don't compare yourself with anyone, like, know where you come from, be proud of where you come from. Here there's a lot of pressure, and if you let peer pressure influence you easily, then you're on your own, because you're not gonna make it here. You need somebody who's headstrong, who knows where they're going and they know where they're coming from, basically. Yeah, that's it from me.
Yeah, that was it from me, guys. Bye.
Anyesha! Love you!
Hope you guys liked that video. Keep the questions coming in the comment section. I hope this video doesn't flop. If it does, I don't care. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys subscribe, like, comment. Bye, boogies.